Hey guys, Tron Hero of the Grid here. I just found this game, Space Paranoid, so I didn't just find it. I played it like a few months ago, but I never really thought to make a review of it until now, so. I was just playing it a few minutes ago, and I've actually beat my own score, but I still can't beat Flynn's score. Of course, he broke the world record in the movie, so there you go. I managed to get to Sector 6. There have 15 sectors or levels, and I managed to get to Sector 6. And I know right now you're thinking, is she sitting on an exercise ball? Yes, I am sitting on an exercise ball, because it's the only chair I have available right now. Well, anyway, so, and yes, that's the Warriors series right back here behind me. So, the game was actually pretty fun. It looks pretty homemade, and I'm pretty sure it is homemade. It's got the Tron aesthetic, but not quite. Like, it looks like it could be in Tron, but like some sort of Tron off-brand, which it kind of is, but it's a really fun game. Simple controls. You use the keypad to steer it and stuff like that. Go ahead, like make it move around and steer. The confusing part is getting used to the cannon. Like you move the cannon around with your mouse, and then you click to, like, I know I'm moving like this because I have a keypad mouse. I don't have a normal mouse. But you move your mouse to make to aim the tank thing, like the cannon, and then you shoot by clicking or tapping if you have a mouse pad thing. And so it's really hard because, like, if you move the thing all the way around, and then when the tank's like backwards to you and the controls are like backwards, and then I'm not sure if either I just didn't notice it before or they just finally updated it, but like they have now like a picture of your tank up on the right hand corner. Have a little picture of your tank showing which way your actual tank is facing and then which way your cannon is facing, which is, I think, very useful because it's one of those games where you're like, oh my gosh, heart attack, because you only have, another thing I don't like about it is you have like 5 shots, like only 5 shots, and then you have to reload, which I think is horrible. They should at least give you 10, because like recognizers, you know, those staple-looking ship things, the recognizers take 3 shots before they're gone, and then tanks, like enemy tanks, take 2 shots, and then like these little blaster cannon things, it looks like a grid bug mixed with a blaster, I guess. Like, those things have no mercy. Like, then they don't move. They stay right there in that spot. They have no mercy. So like you have only like 2 seconds to shoot it before it shoots you. And those only take 1 shot, thankfully. But the enemy tanks give me the worst. Like, I get like 2 or 3 heart attacks when I'm fighting those things, because they'll shoot back and then they'll like try to ram you. And like this, I have died so many times compared to that. I died so many times just fighting those tanks. Like, recognizers are really easy. They fly really super slow and just dodge and dodge. They just fly really super slow, and it's really, they're easy. Then the tanks are like the worst, in my opinion. Like those standing gun things, all you have to do is shoot it. Like, as soon as you see it, shoot it and hope that you hit it correctly. Another thing I'm thankful for is it has an aiming thing. Like, it has like crosshairs. It's not exactly crosshairs, but you'll have to see it for yourself. I can't really describe it. It's sort of like crosshairs. I'm very thankful for that, because on that game with only 5 shots, you cannot miss when you shoot at them. They have these little glowing yellow squares that are reloading stations, so you would park your tank on that and it would like reload your 5 shots. But when I do that, I almost always do a 3-point turn, so then I'll like drive into it, like here's a square, I'll drive into it and then I'll do a 3-point turn into it, so then I'm like ready to go as soon as my ammo is full. Plus I'm also facing out in case any enemy comes, because I have died so many times in that game from that mistake of going in there and then like having my back turned, and the next thing you know, I'm getting ammo, and the next thing you know, I'm dead. I'm just like, oh great. So like if you're playing that game, I suggest that you do like a 3-point turn when you get into those. Oh, sorry, when you get into those reloading stations, so then you can make sure that you don't die. Because I've died so many times because of that. What else? Oh, the walls. It's a maze. And so, like, you're driving along, and I always get my cannon and I peek around corners with my cannon. Like, I don't just want to go blasting around the area. I peek around corners with my cannon a lot. But I don't like stop, because if I stop, that means enemies will find me easier, because those recognizers and those tanks will follow you. As soon as they see you and you don't destroy them completely, they will follow you. Thank goodness your tank is faster than everything else, but still. It's just one of those games that where like you get really tense and panicky feeling, and then you might get a heart attack. Like if you're cornered by a recognizer and 2 tanks, and then you have no ammo, like, oh my gosh, how will I get out of this? That happens to me like every time I play it. It's just I'm cornered and I'm like, how do I get out of this? Oh man, I got like so many heart attacks from that game. I'm surprised I'm not dead yet, because that game can get scary, because you're just like, how do I survive this? And I'm repeating myself. Like I said, the aesthetic could have been a bit better, but it looks homemade. And if it is homemade, then I understand. If it is homemade, then the person did a really great job, because I would never be able to make something like that. But whoever made it tried their best at making it look Tron, like the old Tron. They made the tanks and the recognizers look like something from the old movie, like what you would actually see in the old movie. They did a good job with like with the enemies. But the walls, they have glowing lines in them, but it's like bricks, like Minecraft almost. And you're thinking, Tron doesn't have any bricks or Minecraft stuff, cubes. So yeah, if the person wanted to keep the original aesthetic, they should have colored the walls sort of like that neon-y, kind of like that neon-y blue and green and purple and orange, kind of like what you see in the old Tron, like kind of how those walls were colored, and then have like brighter lines going around it, like brighter, really thin lines going along the walls, and that would have looked a lot like Tron. The floor, if you look at the floor, which I rarely do because my eyes are always in the sky looking for recognizers, but if you look at the floor, it's wood. Like the pattern is like a wood floor, and you're thinking, that's not Tron. They don't even have trees to make a wooden floor. What the guy should have done, just like with the walls, he should have put something there, maybe not glowing as bright as the walls, so you can distinguish the floor from the walls, so you don't hit walls. Because like the walls, if you scrape one, which I do a lot, I always scrape the walls, and you drive really slow, and then of course there's a recognizer right behind you, and you get all panicky, or a tank, and so you're scraping this wall and you're trying to get off of it. But it's just, the main thing is you don't want to get confused with the cannon, because your mouse will, because it's just how my mind works. What you see in front of you is the front of something, but when you're playing the game, you're seeing it not from the tank itself view, you're seeing it from the cannon's view. So like the cannon, like here's the tank, and here's the front of the tank, like the cannon's all the way over here, right? So then I'm confused, because I think the front's like right here, when really the front's like right here. So try not to get yourself confused with that. What I do is I try to keep the cannon close to the front as possible, so I won't get too confused. So like never move your cannon to the back, like move it all like 180 degrees. Don't do that, because that will like confuse you a lot. Like I said, they should have done the walls and the floor a little bit better. But the tank sounds like the light cycles, or even more annoying than the light cycles from the old one, because the old Tron's light cycles are just like just like, oh, my ears. The tank's even worse. It's not only like squeaky like the old light cycles, but it's like a little Tron bug is buzzing in your ears, like, and then like you just can't stand it. So I usually I don't know if there's a mute thing on there or not, but if there is, great, mute it, because that tank gets annoying. Or you put it in another, like a YouTube window or something, and listen to music. That's what I was doing. I was listening to Iron Man soundtrack and epic music while I was playing that game. What I thought was really cool is they have a one-player mode and a two-player mode. I suggest you go in the two-player mode, because then you can play longer, because here's what happens. You have player 1 and player 2, and when you think two-player mode, you think that like there's going to be two tanks, like you're in a team with another user somewhere else in the universe, and like you're both going to the maze and destroying enemies, but really it's only one tank at a time, and you're both players. So what you do is you go through one level as tank 1, and then you go through another level and then you go through the same level as tank 2. Or if your tank gets killed, like tank 1 gets killed, then you go to tank 2. And tank 2 might go through the level, and then tank 1 will go through the level with like whatever stuff it has left. That probably sounded very confusing. It's more simple when you actually play the game. And another thing I liked is it's free, and you don't have to download anything. It's just like, I'll put the link in the description, so then you can just like go there and you're like, oh yay, free game that you don't have to download. You just go there and just play it. Yeah, that's basically it. All in all, I think it's a pretty good game. It can be addictive. It just depends on who you are. Like if you're a big fan of arcade games, you'll probably be playing this game like every other hour or every hour of your life. But if you're more for like action RPGs and MMORPGs and things like that, where you have like epic elves fighting epic big dragons, and you probably wouldn't like this game because it's modeled after the old 1980s arcade games where you're just going around and blasting things, and you don't win or lose. You play until you can't play anymore. You know, it has 15 levels, so I've never beat all 15 levels. I've only gotten to level 6, but I don't know what happens if you beat all 15 levels. You just go back, loop around, or I don't know. But it's like one of those old arcade games. You have 5 lives, and you have 5 lives. Which is another question. I don't know why all games either give you 3 lives or 5 lives. Like Mario gives you 5 lives. You know, it's like everything has either 3 lives or 5 lives, or unlimited lives. Like in a lot of RPGs, you just die over and over and over and over. So it's not an RPG. It's an arcade, and like I said, the graphics look kind of homemade and cheap. But a lot of graphics in games, like this is modeled, like I think that's what makes it unique is the person who did it, whoever did it, modeled it after the old graphics, which I thought was neat. Either that or the person who made it had no choice because that's all they could afford to do. Well, anyway, and what I like is there's no ads on the sides. Like, you know, YouTube and other games, there's like ads all over the place, and some ads are moving, so it always distracts you, and it takes forever to load. This one doesn't have any ads, not that I know of. The person who made this is not looking for a profit. They just made a game for people to enjoy, which I think is wonderful. Whoever did that is a genius, because I don't know how many people play the game. I don't know how many people know about the game. I don't know if like a couple thousand people are like, oh, game, and they play it. Or if millions of people say, yeah, this is like an awesome Tron game, I play it all the time. I really don't know. But, yeah, probably when I'm done making this video, I'm probably going to play that game again. Because it's fun, and I want to get to level 15 and see what it's like. But what frustrates me though is just panic. You want to panic a lot during that game, And the most important thing to do in that game is to keep a clear head and not panic, or else you die. Oh, my computer fell asleep, sorry. Also, one last thing that I don't like is the recognizers. Like the others, like you could, like the gun thing and the tanks, like you can get away from those. But the recognizer, like if it gets right ahead of, over ahead of you, and then you know how the old recognizers did, like the legs turn and then they move in and they're gonna stomp you. You know, like when it does that, your tank can't move. Like you can't move away from that or shoot it. Like you're just dead. You're stuck there. Like you're like, oh crap, I'm dead. So yeah, so try It's one of those games that will probably either A, frustrate you, B, make you feel like you're challenged, C, you just get bored, D, you panic till you die, or whatever. And it's just one of those crazy games that you have mixed feelings about, because you panic a lot, yet you have a lot of fun, but then you panic a lot, and you die a lot, and you get really frustrated to the point where you want to kick your computer across the house. But all in all, I think it's a great game for those of you who like arcade games and really like Tron. You're just like, yes, Space Paranoids. That's the name. And so that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this really long review. I was meaning for it to be 5 or 6 minutes, but now it's 16 minutes and 37 seconds. Going on 40 seconds because I'm taking too long to say bye. So, goodbye, subscribe, like, comment. Make sure the comments are nice. I will not tolerate not nice comments. If you have your own opinion, I don't want comment wars if there's any stupid comment war going on. Have your own opinion. Opinions are normal. If you like this, some people will like it, but other people won't. It's normal, it's natural, etc. And I'm taking too long because now it's been 17 minutes and 8, 9, 10 seconds. So, like, comment, subscribe, add this to your favorites or any playlist really. I hope you enjoy my channel and my videos, and I guess I'll see you again whenever I make another video, whenever that'll be. Alright, see ya.